Yeah, so before you start making your laptop bag, of course you need your material, which will be on the outer part of your bag. Then you need lining, and then you have your tape, you have some sponge, and then you have this, which helps to stick the bag together. I don't know what this is called, but I think I'll try to find the name and stick it in there. Yeah, so this is what you need. And for the measurements, you're going to go by 15 inches by 30 inches. If you need to put more lining, you can. Also, depending on the size of the laptop you want to make the bag for. But yeah, that's what we are starting with. So you'll cut this following those measurements: 15 inches by 30 inches. And it should be the same as the lining. It should be the same as the sponge. Which thickness, I think you see, we don't want something that's so exaggerated. We just want something that can protect your laptop if it's to fall, or even as you're storing it away, this can do, and it really does a good job. And then of course tape measure, and then this. So let's begin. So we are joining this sponge with the two pieces that we saw, the lining and our actual material, which is going to be on top. We are just joining the three of them. As you can see, the sponge is down, followed by the material, followed by the lining. And we are joining one of the shorter ends, which I said earlier is 15 inches. We'll just check again to make sure, but this is what is happening right now. So from the short part I first sewed, I've reduced here just to make it neat. And now I'm going to turn it over like this. And sew through here just to tuck it all in. So I'm going to sew through like this just to tuck it all in. I think I'm going to use a 1/4 inch or something of the sort, because I don't want it to be so pronounced. I'm just going to sew through here. Yes, so we have to ensure that the good sides are facing each other. We can see the sponge is here. Then the good sides of the material and the lining are facing each other. Then the insides of the lining and the material are the ones on the outside. Yeah, so we've joined. And now we are going to go to the side. So this is what we have. We have material, then the sponge. Here we have the lining, the sponge, then the material. So I'm going to fold back just the sponge and the material and leave the lining hanging. And I'm going to measure my 14 inches here across, and then 11.5 from here to where the sponge is. So here where we've left the lining hanging, I'm going to just pull it back such that we have two pieces of the folded lining, that is the lining facing each other, then the sponge, the material, then the sponge. I hope we are together. So I'm going to measure my 11 inches from here, the beginning of the sponge, the material and the lining, and then up to here where I have this edge. Hope it's not confusing, but that's what you're going to do. Okay. Here, so we have our folded portion here. I've only folded the sponge and the material. The lining is free till down, and then I'll also fold back the lining. So what we want to do is for the lining to face each other. You get it? Yeah, and we are taking care of the 11.5 inches. 11.5 from here, the folded part, up to here, where our edge is. So that's what we are doing. I'm going to sew right through here and right through here. And also I need to cut through these edges just to make them uniform. I see there is a very big allowance here, so I just need to reduce on it and reduce on it here, and then align it to this. We want something neat and straight. So this is what we are working with. I just sewed right through up to here. I'm going to measure again. You see my sponge ends here, so I'm going to measure again to ensure that I have the right measurements. Yeah, so this is what you're going to do. Of course, I'm going to cut out all this, then I'll turn over and show you. So I'm going to turn from here. I'm just going to pull this out, and then, yeah, so this is what we have. Lining all through here, the edges are neat, just like we wanted them. This side we have lining down here, our patch is almost ready, and then here we have the material. I'm going to pull this out, and we're almost done. Yeah, so I've pulled it out, and then this is what we have. I think you can see. Yeah, I think you can take it from here. Yeah, so I'm going to put our little stickers here, one here, and then I'll put what sticks to them up here, and then I'll cover here, and our pouch will be ready. So just to lock it in and for it to fold easily, I'm going to put 2 lines here, one here exactly where this part meets the other, and another one here. I think we'll do roughly 1 inch. Then also at the end of our pouch, I'll put 2 lines, as we'll see. So I've put my 2 lines here at the opening so that it can easily fold. Now I'm going to close here. Here we have a material here, a sponge and lining. I'm just going to join it from inside like this. And then I'll have 2 more lines here to look like this. Then I'll have my 2 sticky pads here. And this is what the sticky pads look like. So you see when you put it there, it sticks. So that's what we're going to be using for our pouch. So I've closed off here. And as I said earlier, since you have 2 lines here, I'm going to also add another line here. But I'll have 2 of these sticky pads, one here, one here. And I'm going to use, I think, 2 inches of each. So I'm going to cut here, put one here, put one here, and then put the other part here and here, where it will be sticking when we close. Yeah, so we are done. I put these 2 here, the things I said for sticking, and then where they stick are here. Yeah, so the stickers just go like this. If we are to close, it just closes like that. Yeah, so our pouch is ready. I hope you can do this. Yeah, it's kind of complicated, but it's possible for you to do it. Just follow through the steps. So thanks for watching, and we'll meet in the next video. Bye. And if you enjoy doing this with me, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I keep uploading different things on how-tos. And yes, it will be a very interesting journey for us to learn things together. So subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you. See you in the next video.